So blessed to have you here with me. It's your favorite 71% successful grant writer and small business development coach, Superior Shelby. I am a 10-year entrepreneur. I've been winning grants for nonprofits, startups, small business owners, churches, private organizations for the last 10 years. And I'm here to have a full-on startup conversation with you all. I cannot wait until we dive deeper into this live stream. If you are watching this live stream, after I have already recorded it live, friend, I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video, because that means that you are an entrepreneur that is actually looking for some ways out. Okay, you are looking for how to get started in your new market or this new idea that you have. So that's what we're going to talk about today, friend. So happy Monday. I'm so happy to have you guys with me. It's just it's always a good time when we get together. Okay, I'm like your business bestie. So any questions or concerns that you might have about you starting a business, about how to search and apply to grants, if there's any grants available for you, you can always put it down here in the chat. Okay, so come on into the live stream. Make sure you like the live stream when you come in, so that way the YouTube algorithm can push this good information out there. Okay, hey friends, happy Monday. My weekend was super fun, and it's just always good. Okay, it's always good to have y'all together and to have us together on this live stream. I'm so blessed to have you here today. We're gonna have a real conversation, because what I want to talk about is well, let's start it off like this. My consultations for the past couple of days have been so fun and so educational, especially for the client. Like, both I and the client, we've been learning so much about each other. And what I've been learning is the mindsets, right? And I've been learning the questions and the concerns you guys have when you have an idea and you're trying to figure out the best way possible to get your idea out of your head and to actually execute on it. So in today's live stream, I have broken down 7 execution steps that you can do, right, to turn your idea from just an idea and to put it into reality. Okay, so usually when I do these startup conversations, we talk about having like an LLC, the foundations, but I did that on the last live stream and the live stream before that one. So you want to check out those live streams where I actually have my business setup list, which is a full execution, like step by step in chronological order, what business foundation paperwork and registrations you need to have in order for you to be a properly, professionally set up business in the US or wherever you are in the world. Okay, so if you want that type of information, I done already went over that. Okay, friend. And I have a full business setup list for free for you. The link is in the description of my last live streams. Okay, but in today's live stream, I want to dive deeper into the reasons for why we're not actually executing. Okay, so 7 steps. We're gonna get right into it. But before we get into it, to tell you more about my experience, each of my consultations, they usually start off with you all telling me about your business idea, and then it transitions to, well, how can you help me out, right? And so when you ask me that question, how can I help you out? Essentially, what you're looking for is, can you set my business up for me? Give me the entire blueprint that I need to walk along, so that way I can go ahead and start this business, because I don't know where to start. The number one thing that I hear all the time in my consultations from you all, from the startups, is they never taught us this in school. Yes, friend. Especially if you are US based. No, they are not going to teach you this in school, honey. Okay? Everybody can't be a queen bee. You got to have the worker bees to make the queen bee. You understand? So, with that being said, no, they're not going to teach you this in school unless you actually go to a university for business and then you actually are paying for that type of education, which means you are investing in your business, because you are investing in getting your master's in business or whatever have you. Still an investment. Student loans, still an investment, friend. Okay. So I hear that all the time, and I want to reassure you that no longer are we focused on what they didn't say, what they did say, how they said it, and whatever have you. That was back in the past. And we understand systematic programming, okay? In 2025, we all know what that's like, okay? We know about a program. So when we're talking about you starting your own business, what does your program, your workflow look like? What are the specific execution steps that you need to be taking so you can take yourself to the next level? A lot of you all always say, I want to enjoy financial freedom. A lot of you all say, I want to build generational wealth. Well, if you want to become that leader of your family to generate that wealth, if you want to become that leader, that top dog, all right, with experiencing financial freedom, then it takes you to actually be open to that financial freedom mindset. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's a mindset. It's a mindset you have to change. You have to change, okay? So we're going to get into the 7 steps. Now, of course, I'm going to open up the floor for any questions or concerns. You can always book a one-on-one consultation with me. It's $50. All of my consultations are 45 minutes on a Zoom call. If you guys don't know, I'm in Africa, okay? So I have to do Zooms because if I do a phone call, I'm paying per minute and it's expensive. Okay, so Zoom calls is the best way for us to have a one-on-one consultation. If you feel convicted in this entire live stream and you feel like, okay, yeah, this is a woman that I can go with, that I understand, and she understands me, go ahead and book a consultation. Okay, friend, I'm your business bestie. I ain't here to judge. I'm just here to make sure you get from point A to point B. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Tam. Good morning. Good morning, Rolling Diva. How are you? I hope everyone's doing good. What a blessed time we're having. All right. So let's get into it. Maybe I should just move out of the way. Yeah, I should move out of the way. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So how to turn your idea into a reality. That's pretty much what we're talking about. The 7 steps pathway to execution. So number 1, we're going to talk about reframing the identity. Like I said, you got to change your mindsets. You got to become a better person. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what I hear in all of my consultations. Y'all all say the same thing. Okay. I've been doing this for 10 years. Y'all all say the same thing. It's okay, friend. I'm here to help you out. Next, we're going to talk about clarifying your mission. What is your business mission? I always say this when you want to go for grant funding, when you want to go for business funding, right? The number 1 question that they're going to ask you is, what is the ultimate business mission? In other words, what is the problem and how are you solving it? How compassionate are you about solving this problem? So we're going to go over what's your business mission and clarify your mission and help you clarify your own business mission. Define the business model. So we're going to go over the business model, different types of business model. I noticed in my consultations recently that you all are you don't really have clarity on what type of business model works for you. Okay, so we're going to dive deeper into that and we're going to figure out what works best for you, friend. Okay, all right, cool. And then we're going to talk about mapping out the workflow. All right. The workflow is pretty much what your entire day-to-day operations could look like, or pretty much what your day-to-day operations will look like, or what is the workflow for you right now as a startup, which means what are you going to do right now to really get yourself in gear. Okay. Then we're going to go over putting it to the test. So you got to put your idea to the test to reassure yourself that this is worth the investment. This is worth the time. This is worth you leaving your 9 to 5. Okay. And then how to create a simple execution plan. I notice in my consultations, you guys don't know how to create your own execution strategy. You think it's a to-do list, but an execution strategy is actually a full mapped out pathway. And it's steps, step 1, step 2, it's chronological order steps, the actual order of steps that you should be taking to take your idea to the next level. Take it from idea phases and bringing it to reality and actually having your business out there. Okay. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about how you can get some business support. All right. We're going to go into that as well. Okay. So make sure you like the live stream as you're coming in for me. Like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push this good information out to all other startups and small business owners who's looking for this. Okay. So let's get into it. Now, I done took my time and did these slides. So if anything, please screenshot for the sake of your business. Okay? Please, I done took my time to do these slides for you. So I hope you get it in Jesus' name. Okay? All right. So number 1, this one's going to be kind of big, but here you go. Okay. Number 1, the rest of the slides are not this huge. So let me just kind of move out of the way. Okay. So number 1, Reframe your identity. Okay. Many people operate with a employee mindset. Even after you've registered your business, this is so true. A lot of y'all have LLCs. A lot of y'all have EINs. You already got your business set up, friend, but you still are operating as if you are an employee. No, you a boss now. You done paid for the LLC. It's time for you to really get serious about this thing. Okay. Then, so since you've already purchased your LLC, right, and you already got that stuff, you've already proven your value by simply working in the field. Now it's time for you to own your own value. A lot of y'all, we're having this conversation simply based off of my most recent consultations I've been having. Okay, let's say my most recent 10 to 20 consultations. I have noticed in my most recent consultations that you all are actually looking to transition from the skills that you have been working with and all of the continued education and all of your experience that you have, and you want to now do your own thing. A lot of y'all are like, let's say you as a CNA, and now you want to do your own home health aid company. Some of y'all have worked with some really good restaurants, really really good restaurants. We're talking about 5-star restaurants. Now you want to own your own restaurant. You want to do your own food truck. Some of y'all are respiratory therapists, and now you want to take on your own practice. Some of y'all have been working with a yoga coach for so long. We talking about years of experience. You also worked at like a massage parlor or studio, and now you want to open up your own wellness center. You've already proven your value simply by the years of experience and the education and the skill development that you have gotten over the years. It's time for you to own your own value. And as we're getting deeper into this conversation, you're going to learn how to make your skills and get paid. Okay. How to get paid from the skill. All right. So next we have, let me see, because I gotta move some of y'all comments out. Okay. So you got to shift your mind from what am I qualified? I was trying to see if I could turn off the comments for right now, but I don't want to do that because I want y'all to comment. Sorry. Okay, so you got to shift your mind from what am I qualified to do and what problem can I am I called to get solved? Okay. So what I pretty much meant here was a lot of y'all feel like I hear you say to yourselves in our consultations, can I do this? Can I do that? Can you do this? Can it? No, you don't have to ask yourself for permission. And I don't know who you asking for permission for. It's your life. You make your own decisions. You got free will. And as a child of God, you have dominion. You understand? So with that being said, you do all things through Christ that strengthens you, babe. So you don't have to figure out, oh, am I qualified to do this or can I do this? You don't have to ask and look for permission. No longer do you need to seek validation from other people. That's not how this works. When you step into the mindset of I'm a boss, I'm going into entrepreneurship, every step and every step that you take and every idea and every decision that you make, it has no validation. It's just you moving forward. That's it. You can't look for validation. And if you do, friend, and you continue to have that type of mindset and you looking for people to tell you you doing it right, yeah, you doing it right, keep going. Yeah, you doing it right. You might come across people that really don't like you and really is jealous of you and envious of you because you actually have an idea, a really good idea. They telling you, give you all this validation. Yeah, go ahead, girl. Yeah, do it. Get that. Go ahead and go trademark. Yeah. Making you spend all this money and wasting so much time just so you don't make it, just so they can keep pushing you further and further and further and further and further away from your destiny. Stop with that mindset of, oh, I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Honey, there is no right or wrong when you are in entrepreneurship. Hello? There is no right or wrong in entrepreneurship. There are goals, And what you do is you move forward and make decisions so you can best reach the best decisions you can make at that time so you can reach those goals. When you reach the goal, that's your validation. If you say, okay, my business, I wanted to make $10,000 a month. Might be small to you, but once I make it, it's going to be a big accomplishment. Once you reach that 10K in 30 days and you do it again and you do it again, there you go. That's your validation. And you must jot down and keep note of every step in your entire workflow. What did it take? What did it take for you to get there? What worked and what didn't work? That is your validation. But you won't be able to reach those goals and get there if you still operating under an employee mindset, like you clocking in for yourself right now. You ain't even reached that part yet. That's a whole deeper conversation for a whole nother day. We in the startup conversation because you keep dreaming and telling your coworkers and your friends about, and mind you, stop telling your coworkers about your idea. Okay. If it ain't your ace boom coon, like your R&D, you know what I mean? Like y'all been working together for like 10, 15 years, same. If it ain't that type of, because I know some of y'all have like really close friends as coworkers. But even those, like you gotta about your idea and you gotta put execution. You could talk about it, but we talking about being about it. You've been talking about it too much. And people have been telling you so much stuff. Do this, do that, do that, do this, pushing you further away from your destiny. These people don't care about you and they don't want you to succeed. Because guess what? When you are succeeding, now it's time for you to go through another door of opportunity that they don't have the keys to. They don't have the permission to get in this club. You came from outside the club. You can't even get in. You understand, friend? Okay, so we got that. No more operating under an employee mindset. You don't need validation from nobody. Whatever decision you decide to make, live with it and keep pushing. Do not put pressure on yourself. Keep God first and keep on moving. Keep on moving. Okay? Keep on moving. The little engine that could. And you doing it, friend. You doing it. All right. So that's number one. Number two. Told you it gets better. All right. Number two. Okay. So number two says, clarify the transformation you provide. Clarify the transformation you provide. When you are having a product or service, okay, the business don't sell products and services for real. You really sell results. So, for example, if you say, oh, I want to do this hair care shampoo and conditioner, you're actually selling the results because the results from this hair care line is that it'll grow your hair. It'll exfoliate your hair follicles or something. You are selling results. Remember that you are solving a problem. You are selling results. I offer grant writing services. My results are I can help you win a grant opportunity. That's why you sign up for that's why you even watch my YouTube. You understand? Selling results. I'm a 71% successful grant writer. Now, mind you, I got 10 years of entrepreneurship, so it's easy for that to just roll off my tongue. But for those of you who are just starting a business, keep in mind that you are selling results. If you're selling hair and you're selling wigs, the result is you are providing them with an HD lace 13 by 13, whatever, woo. If you are doing a home health care, your results are better living for senior care, right? Quality help, helping them on their day-to-day needs. You're selling results. Ask yourself, what change does your service create for your client? This is very important. In other words, what makes you different from everybody else? What change does your service create for your client? How do you solve their problems? You have to ask yourself that. This is very important. You must be solution based, even if you are selling a product and if you're selling a service. If you're doing taxes, what change does your service create for your client? If you are doing taxes or providing consultations or whatever have you, the change is you are helping them with their finances and filing their taxes, possibly getting a refund or saving money from having to pay taxes. Or if you are doing consultations like business consultations or whatever have you, then what you're doing is you are helping them become more educated in their business development. You're all ready to let's hear some encouragement. I even got the encouragement here for you, friend. I took my time on these. I took my time on this. You're already delivering results in your day-to-day job. You can get paid directly for it under your brand. So for those of you who are CNAs, you are already working with a home health aid company. You're already working with a senior care company. You are already working in the hospital doing patient care tech. You are already delivering meds. You are already doing med tech. You are already a radiology tech. If you are already doing it, you delivering the results. The difference is you getting paid on pennies on a dollar when you could be getting paid the full price directly from Humana Insurance. Friend? Okay, so clarify the transformation you provide. What is it that you provide to the client? What result are you selling? How does your results, how does your product or service provide a change for your clients? Okay. All right, cool. So that's number 2. Number 3, define the business model. This one, screenshot it. You really need to pay attention on this part, okay? This is where you all come into my consultations and you ask me, you tell me everything about your idea, which I'm super interested in. Okay. I love hearing about your idea. Keep in mind that our conversations are very confidential, unless I'm on live and then, I ask you for permission. But in most cases, it stays in between me and you. Okay. Now, when you come and tell me for the first 20 minutes, mind you, it's a 45-minute consultation. So for the first 20 minutes, you're telling me all about your idea. Then after you have told me the idea, I notice that you all don't have understanding or clarity, or you just simply don't know what questions to ask. I noticed that. So the only question that you come forth to asking, because I'm the type, I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna hush, and I'm gonna listen to you the entire time. So after you have ran through your entire business idea, what happens is that what y'all do is you like, okay, so yeah, I said all that to say, what services do you provide? You know I write grants, and you know I'm a small business development coach. That's not the real question. The real question is, can you help me define my business model? Because I have this good idea, but I have not figured out how I can make money from it yet. That is a question you can ask. You don't need my validation, yes, but that's a question that you should be comfortable with asking when you are speaking to a small business development coach like myself, okay? I know nobody taught you how to ask these questions. That's why I'm teaching you, friend, okay? Cool. Make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push us out to all startups and small business owners. We are going over the 7 steps to help you get your idea from out of your head and into reality. This is deeper than just talking about an LLC and all that stuff, okay? This is some really good information. So I took my time on these slides. So number 3, we're on number 3. Define the business model. A business model is simply how you get paid for solving your problem. So here's 4 different types of business models. I want y'all to screenshot this. You can be service-based, which means people can book a session, like a consultation or a coaching. You can provide a service like you're doing hair, you're cutting grass, you're doing plumbing, electrician, you are cleaning houses. That is a service. So you could be service-based. You could be product-based. So that's selling physical or digital items. So you can create digital calendars, on and sell it on Etsy and through Pinterest. You can create your own body soaps and creams, and you can sell it physical products. Okay. You can also be a subscription and membership type of model, which means you are creating an ongoing value and it's ongoing income, like Netflix. Yeah, you could be like Netflix, friend. I know y'all tired of that $14.99. They done upped it up because I paid $21.99, which end up being $24, which I still don't understand how they take a $24 when I never agreed to pay $24. Another story for another day. But you could be subscription based, okay? And then you can be a what's called done for you, done with you type of business model as well. This is pricing based on access or labor. So this is really for the people like, oh, done for, let's say like, okay, done because the service based is kind of the same thing, but this one is really like for lawn care services, right? Or done with you could be like, okay, I'm going to write grants with you on a Zoom call, right? And we're going to do it together. The pricing is based on access or labor. So it's a quoted price, okay? Some encouragement. You don't need $1 million idea. You need a clear income stream. You heard me? It's not about having $1 million idea. It's about having a clear understanding of exactly how you're going to make the money. How you gonna make the dollar bill? You understand? Okay. So you need to think about, are you going to be service-based, which you can do sessions and consultations? Are you going to be product-based? Are you going to have a subscription or a membership? Are you going to do a done for you or done with you type of situation? All right. Done for you, done with you. Like I said, that's like if you're doing taxes, right? Okay, we'll sit side by side. You will file your taxes and I'm going to just walk you through it. And I'm going to charge you based on me sitting next to you and teaching you how to file your own taxes. That's done with you. Okay, cool. All right, so we got this. We understand this. Everybody's good. All right, we're going to go to number 4. Everybody's good. Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Let me see some hearts in the chat or something. Because I need to make sure y'all good. Okay, we good? All right. Cool. All right, so let's get into number 4. So map out the workflow. This is very important. Okay, you want to map out your entire workflow. Here's where screenshot this. This is where we're getting. Ooh, it's getting hot. It's getting hot, friend. I hope we're good. I hope we're good. Y'all let me know if we good. Give me some hearts so y'all know my internet be in and out. Okay, we good. It looks like the YouTube studio's back, so we good. We got hearts. Okay, sorry. Number 4. Let me get out y'all way so we can screenshot because it's getting hot. It's getting hot. Okay, number 4. Okay, map out the workflow. This is very important. So some of y'all don't understand what a workflow is. A workflow essentially is like your journey. Like what is your entire business journey? What is your entire flow? Workflows is like, how are you going to get your client and from being a prospect or a lead or what we're calling here in this slide a stranger to a paid client. All right, so the journey from stranger to paid client. So it's the journey from stranger to paid client. Okay, stranger to paid client. Everybody with me? Let me know in the chat because some of y'all are saying we still kind of messed up. Are we back? Are we good? Now let me know. Are we good? Just say yeah, thumbs up. I need to see something. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So number 1, you need to break down your entire flow in stages. Okay. You need to break down your entire workflow in stages. There's 4 stages to this. Number 1 is discovery. How do they find you? How do they find you? How are you creating awareness about your service and product? Okay, so how are they finding you? Number 2, conversion. How do they pay you? Some of your, in my recent consultations, I've noticed that you don't know how they're going to pay you. Let me give you some reassurance. Okay. No, we're not doing Cash App and Zelle. Mm-mm. There are what's called payment processors and payment, escrow type of services that you can sign up for. One or two of them that are very widely known all across this planet is PayPal and Stripe. You can do a PayPal business account or you can do a Stripe account. My favorite out of the two is Stripe. Let me tell you, I've been with Stripe for years. I used to be with PayPal. And my challenges with PayPal is PayPal ended up locking so much money up in my account. I still to this day got thousands of dollars locked up in a PayPal account. Okay. And then I would switch over to authorize.net. And if you would know about credit repair in that world, they always talk about authorize.net. Authorize.net is another payment processor as well, or payment cloud. But the only thing I didn't like about authorize.net is I felt like it was very confusing to understand my statements. And also I was paying a lot in taxes and transfer fees. Okay. So Stripe is the most affordable for me. It automatically plugs and play with all of the other um, accounting, what do you call it? Oh, what's going in and out my mic? Probably go out and come in. Sorry. Um, is anybody else having issues with my voice? Is it going in and out? Just let me know. Let me see. Okay, so Stripe, yes, Stripe is purple and white. You can sign up for it. Okay, Stripe is really good. Like I said, the processing fees are very little to nothing, the most affordable that I've experienced, and I've never had any issues. And what I also like about Stripe is that it automatically calculates, like on average, what your potential would be, and what they offer is what's called a capital loan. And a capital loan is pretty much a certain percentage based off of how much income you're having that comes in. I've been able to, successfully, and I just tried it one day and I just took like $3,000, right? But I've been able to successfully take out the $3,000 capital loan, and then I paid it back in like less than 30 days because they gave me this loan because they pretty much operated, or they came up with the number of like $3,000. It was more than $3,000, but I took out three. But it came up with the number of, based off of, okay, you've been had an account with us for this long. We've been able to keep track of your income. So we can give you a loan if you want to, just invest into some more marketing and try to scale your business and increase your business income, because we notice that you are consistently making this amount of money. We are here to help you scale as well. And obviously, as payment processing, um, a payment processing or escrow service type of um, like service or whatever, a website, they make more money, right? They make more money based off of how much income we have coming in, right? Because they take a percentage, a small percentage of transfer fees. So if we make more money, then the higher the transfer fees, the more money they get paid. So they actually want us to make more income. Stripe is a really good payment processor. Okay. So your conversion, how you get paid, Stripe, you're going to use Stripe. You're not going to use Cash App. Okay. You're not going to use Zelle. You're going to use Stripe. And what's going to happen is Stripe is going to automatically deposit the funds after authorizing the payments into your business bank account. That's the conversion. What I also like about Stripe is that if you have a client that is playing on your name and saying that they paid for services and they paid for a product and they never received it and da 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 da. And when Christmas time come, guess what? They want to call their card and say they never purchased this. Stripe has a good connection with Visa and MasterCard, and they do a thorough investigation to make sure that that client pays for what they got. I have went through that multiple times, and I go through it every year. Every year, at least 3 to 7 clients, and I used to be way more. But every year around Christmas time or back to school time, all right, there will be 3 of y'all that will call your card and go over your statements and say, I don't know who Superior Solutions is, knowing you know who I am. And you revoke $700, $400, $300, this and that. And what Stripe does is it sends me a notification and it says, Jackie trying to take $300 and trying to say you never wrote a business plan for her. What I do is I send them the email thread and the proof and even our text messages. And what Stripe does is say, yeah, Jackie lying. No, Jackie's not getting her money back. It protects you as the business owner, okay? These things happen. Welcome to entrepreneurship, all right? If you got a bad habit of doing that, you better stop that. You don't want that karma to come back on you, okay? Okay, cool. So conversion. So number 3 is fulfillment. So how do you deliver value? How do you deliver value? So what does the fulfillment process look like? How are you providing the service? How are you delivering the product? Okay, that is quite simple. How were you provide? And this is the fulfillment part is where y'all actually got this down pat. Thank you, Dennis. That's where y'all got it down pat. Okay, y'all know exactly how you're going to service your client. You know exactly what products you're going to provide. You know exactly how you are going to help these people. You know, you already got that together. Now, lastly, the 4th step is the follow-up. How do you retain or get referrals? Okay, so this is the follow-up part. How do you keep the client in your your ecosystem? And how do you get referrals? That's just simply by reaching out to the client and saying, hey, thank you so much for purchasing our products and services. And we really do appreciate the time that we spent with you. Just to let you know, if you ever wanted to come back and have another consultation, or if you ever need and had a new idea, or if you ever needed another product from us, we're going to go ahead and give you a 10% off. And if for any person that you refer, you and that person can get 10% off as well. So you can get free products, if you bring in a certain amount of people in. So because we really appreciate you, this is how, and you understand where I'm coming from, right? This example I'm giving you, that's how you're going to keep them in your ecosystem. Okay. My encouragement words: workflows give structure to your chaos. Workflows give structure to your chaos. Workflows give structure to your chaos. You're not starting over, friend. You're just organizing your gift. Okay? Workflows give you structure. You are a business owner now. You're an entrepreneur. You got to have structure. You got to have professionalism about yourself. Okay? That's why I said at the beginning, number 1 was changing your mindset. Okay? All right. So now that we understand that we're no longer operating the mindset and we are not starting over, we're not starting our lives over simply because we're leaving our 9 to 5s. No, you're just organizing your passion. You're organizing your gift. You're organizing the steps you must take so you won't be so chaotic in these steps these decisions that you're making. And also, it prevents you from making emotional decisions that ain't going to drive you into profit. You understand? You don't want to make any emotional decisions. You want to stay on point. All right. So that is number 4. Number 5. Test before you scale. This is a really good one. I actually like this one. All right. This is something that is going to reassure you that you know that this is a really good idea and this is going to work. Okay. Before you build the entire house, you need to test the foundation. Offer a beta test or a beta version of your services. And beta means this is just like a pilot, right? This is, you're just starting this. This is just, you just trying to see, this is a test. Offer a beta version or a test version of your service to 3 to 5 people for feedback and testimonials. Confidence comes from confirmation. Start small and grow wise. Start small and grow wise. This is different from go big or go home. No, because y'all, that ain't clicking with y'all. The only time you understand go big and go home is when you at a casino. And that's the wrong time to think you need to go big and go home. Okay? So start small, grow wise. Offer your service and products, especially if you are product based. Offer your products to 3 to 5 people and receive feedback. You understand? And be open to constructive criticism. Be open to, you know, hearing what they didn't like about the product. And don't put pressure on yourself about it. All you got to do is rearrange some things, tweak it a little bit. This is the perfect time for you to make a really good product. And if you are service based, right, offer your services to up to 5 people. I don't know if y'all remember seeing these Facebook posts and these posts in early like 2020, 2019, where people was like, I am looking for 5 people to repair their credit. I'm looking for 5 people to blah, 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 blah. That's pretty much where this come from, the practical tip. And it works. 3 to 5 people, offer your services to them, receive feedback. If they all say this was really good, like your service, like you got something really good going, really good here, ask them for a video testimonial. Ask them, just even if they don't feel comfortable with doing a video testimonial, ask them just to say something nice in text message for them. You understand? So that way you can use those screenshots of the text messages and you can use the videos that they do or that you make, right? For by recording them talking about how good your product is, and you would use that for promo. You would use that as a marketing tool. Yeah, now you got content, friend. You will put that on your social media. You're going to put these 5 testimonials on your website. That way you are an actual reputable person. This is going to help influence others to go ahead and purchase your services and products. If you are selling food, that's the easy. Food is easy to market. Soon as you hand the plate over to somebody and they get to digging in, the first thing you want to do is record them. And people love mukbangs. Who don't love it? A lot of people love mukbangs. They just like to see people eat. Sometimes it's a little weird to see, depending on what you're watching them eat. But you know what I mean? But if you have a full plate of lasagna, corn, and Texas toast, or some good old Southern cornbread, especially my favorite ones is the seafood bowls. What? As soon as somebody crack open some crab legs, I'm like, oh, where they got that from? Mr. and Mrs. Krabs over there in Bradenton, Florida. You know what I mean? Like, so it's that strategy right there, right? Of testing it before you scale is going to give you reassurance and the validation that you've been looking for. Because you still was looking for it. So even if you still in that mindset of I need validation that this is actually going to work, well, this is how you do it. If you are helping seniors, right? And this applies to whatever service and product you are into. If you are helping seniors and you want to start your own health aid, right? Home health care. Sorry. So what you want to do, a good idea is to, if you're already working as a CNA at a nursing home facility, and you have at least three really good residents that love you, I mean, overly love you. You understand? Yes, you may have to get permission, right? You may have to get permission to be able to, and you can get permission directly from them. Like, hey, Mr. Johnson, you know what, Mr. Johnson, I want to know if it's okay that, if I could just record you saying some nice words, because Lord knows, Mr. Johnson, when you go, respectfully, when you go, I want to be able to replay this video. Mr. Johnson gonna say, girl, come on in here. Sit down. Sit down, let's talk. Yeah. You wash my back, baby, the way you wash my back, baby. You know what I mean? Mr. Johnson gonna give you a good review. But don't be so afraid to do it simply because you're like, oh, I don't want to lose my job. Honey, you losing the job anyway. The whole purpose is for you to transition from 9 to 5 to your own business. So who cares if they fire you after this? Because guess what? Once you leave, Mr. Johnson gonna be like, hey, where that pretty girl at that used to come in here and wash my back real good? Mr. Johnson, she don't work here no more. I don't bring her back in here. And the only way that can bring you back in there is if they actually offer, or you actually offer them a contract service where you are the client just simply lives at the facility, even though it comes with them, food and all of that stuff. If the client says, I refuse all of these services, I just simply want to pay for my living arrangements here, then what happens is that that will be your primary client. And Mr. Johnson will tell the assisted living facility, I don't want none of y'all food. I don't want none of your CNAs or none of that to come in here into my room at all. The only thing I'm paying for is just this room. That's it. But that young pretty girl, Ashley, Tammy takes care of me. And if it ain't Tammy, it's a girl that Tammy has sent me, and I know they taking care of me. You understand? So that's how that will work. So I know that each business industry is different, and I know that it can be a challenge for you to think of, how am I going to be able to offer a test, like a test for my services and products to, based off of what I'm doing. Well, this was an example I gave you. And you have to think deeper. That's the purpose of this live stream, right? I want you to start thinking on track. Think deeper. Take your time. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen today. You understand? It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen today. So it's important for you to take your time, think through this thoroughly. Have this whole entire thing mapped out. Test before you scale so you can have reassurance and clarity on, this is a really good service and product that I have, and this will make money. Okay. All right. So let's go to number 6. We almost done, y'all. We got one more to go. Create a simple execution plan. All right. So some of y'all don't know how to do this. When I say execution strategy, this is what I mean. So this is how you create a simple execution plan. Number 1, many people many people confuse dreaming with doing. You think that you consistently dreaming about it is you actually doing it, and that's not true. All right. Use a 30-day plan and break it down into 3 categories. This is an example. Okay? You can do it in 3 categories. You could use a 30-day plan. Like I told y'all in the last live stream on Saturday, I said, friend, it does not take an entire year for you to start a business. It don't take you all year to get an LLC. It don't take you all year. It's the same thing with setting up your business. After you have done the foundational steps, now it's time for you to actually set up your business, market your business, and offer and provide the service, deliver your value. So break it up into 3 categories in a 30-day plan. Every 10 days, you need to have these things done. First 10 days, the setup, your tools, your pricing, and your system. What are the tools that you need to be able to deliver your product and service? How much are you charging? And that takes us back to our business model, right? Are you subscription-based? Are you service-based? Are you product-based? What is the pricing of this? Then your systems, which is what we went over, signing up for Stripe, your payment processor. What other systems do you need? You might need Canva. Now, you might need to pay for Canva so that way you can create your own marketing tools, which brings us to number 2, the next 10 days. Marketing, visibility, and offers. Visibility, you might need to sign up for Canva, or you can use the free version, but actually paying for it, it gives you so much more opportunity, so much more, let's say pictures and stuff, like it gives more value. There you go. So visibility and offers. Okay, so what is going to be your offer? Visibility, also under visibility, would be, are you going to do ads? How much are you going to put into ads? Are you going to do Instagram ads? Or are you going to do meta ads? Really, meta is pretty much Instagram and Facebook. Are you going to do LinkedIn ads? Are you going to do billboards? You know what I mean? Physical billboards. Are you going to do a commercial TV ad, Hulu ad? Are you going to do a YouTube ad, a Google ad? So what is the visibility like? What is that going to be like? Yes, you need to invest into your marketing. No, you don't have to put $1,000 in there, because at the end of the day, you are still in your startup phases. So you can even start off with $100, $200 to see how it works, to give yourself clarity on how it works first. If you're going to do Google ads, do $100 and see if you can get one client from it. If you're going to do Instagram ads, you know what I mean? Do something small so you can understand how to use that tool before you go into $500 and $1,000 or whatever have you. And what's the offer? The offer needs to be really good. It needs to stand out. Okay. It can be something like, if you came across this ad, you get 50% off or whatever, or use this code so that way you can get 30% off of our products. Service, delivering your value. All right. So finally, what does that look like? How are you providing the service, or how are you providing your product? Okay. A plan doesn't overwhelm, and empowers it. It shows you where to focus. A plan doesn't overwhelm it, it empowers it. It shows you where to focus. It's just a simple execution plan. And you need this because you've been sitting on this idea all this time and you ain't been putting no action behind your idea. All right, so that's number 6. Last but not least, number 7, invest in your business supports. You need to. Yes, you can go with the SBA that gives out, you get what you pay for. All right. So, yes, you can go with the SBA. Yes, you can go with small business development centers, but you still investing time. So, either you invest in time or you invest money. But at the end of the day, the real growth happens when you stop doing it yourself, DIYing your dream. A lot of y'all believe, I'll never forget, I had a consultation earlier this year with a woman who wants to build her own tech app. I explained to her, hey, I'm invested into 2 tech companies, and one of them is a fintech app. While we do have all this chat GPT and artificial intelligence out here, guess what? You still need a team who understands and recognize how to actually use these tools to develop on your app. So I told her, I said, you know what? You actually need a product manager. A product manager will actually be able to tell you the execution steps. You don't even have to create your own execution plan. The product manager is actually going to tell you who you need and on your team to be able to develop this app. Who's going to do your UI UX? Who's going to do your front end and back end development? What should it look like? You know what this lady told me? No, that's okay. We got ChatGPT. I got ChatGPT. I'll just do it by myself. Hey, if you're watching this, book another consultation. I would love to know how far you got. And I'm not saying that in a condescending way. I genuinely want to know, how far did you get in your development? Because I'm pretty sure by now you have understanding that you can't do this by yourself. And when you are going for tech grants, they want to see that you actually have a team. You can't do it yourself. You can't do it all by yourself. You don't need to know it all. You just need to start. Simple. You don't need to know it all. You just simply need to start. A lot of y'all having a challenge with just starting. Just go with the flow. Like I say this all the time, experience is the best teacher, which what I mean by that is you have to just do it so you can learn while you're going. You're not going to know everything all up front. You're absolutely not going to know everything all up front. There's no way. And your journey looks different from other people. You understand? Ebook Barbie can create her ebooks and just post it on Instagram, and then she made $30,000. Yeah, because she already came with a high following from her lifestyle. She's really a lifestyle creator. You are different. You ain't got no followers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no followers, Tommy. So with that being said, your journey is gonna be different. That's why I created my $50 consultations to help people like you go from stuck to starting. Okay. My information is right there. Okay. If you want to book a consultation, you can use it there. My link is also in the description. This was really fun. I have some questions for y'all. But before I go into my questions, now it's Q&A time. Did you guys have fun? What are your questions and concerns? Let's work through the challenge together. Let's work through this entire idea and your mindset together. What are y'all questions? Was this good? Did you like it? What is it? Scorpio says, I'm ready to jump in face first. I never compare myself to anyone. Definitely right, Shelby. Exactly. Perfect. Yes. So, what questions do y'all have? This was really fun. Okay. Let me take this down. This was fun, wasn't it? We went over some really good stuff. I hope y'all screenshot it. I hope y'all got a lot of good information. Okay. Cool. Curtis says, "Are you into business partnerships?" Yeah. So yeah, I have some international real estate that I've been able to do with some of my really cool clients. My like my clients has been with me for years. Okay. And they already generate revenue from their own businesses. So what we did was I was like, I reached out to them. I said, hey, would you be interested in this? We put out all our money in the pot, and now we're waiting on this hotel to be built in Panama. So we did that. Um, and yeah, and I'm actually doing this. They call that group economics, but I'm also doing the same thing, business partnership, open to doing that for people who want to get into agriculture here in Africa. And I'm even thinking about going to China to see what can I like pack and sell? You know what I mean? Can I like what can I do in China, right? So what can I manufacture? So yeah, I'm always into business partnerships. Me being your business partner is like having your own CEO, pretty much. And it's really fun, very educational, and but I'm very serious, very, very, very serious about making profit. So if you're ready for the pressure, let's do it. That's a good question. I was interested in knowing that as well. Yes, I'm into business partnerships for sure. All right, so I have some questions as well for y'all too. So go ahead and type your questions down for me. We went over 7 really good steps on how to take it from idea to in reality. How long have you been sitting on this idea, and what has it cost you to delay? Right? So think I want you to think about that for a second. Will you consider a group trip to China? Yeah, I would consider that after I've already went on my own, so I can have an understanding of what that looks like. But yeah, the only thing I have a challenge with group trips is that every time I try to do one, the whole group falls apart by the time it's time to get ready to actually go. There's a lot of things that, and I know that it can be like my following type or whatever have you. That's why I'm doing my best. I understand my audience. And I've noticed that a lot of people want to do this and they talk about it, but when it comes down to actually doing it and putting money towards it and executing on it, it's just a fumble. That's why I don't do conferences. That's why um I don't even do like what is it, like in-person teachings, like a group teaching, because when I tried to set those things up in person when I was living in Miami, even when I was flying back and forth from Miami to Panama at the time, just nobody was signing up. Nobody was like, or it might have been like one or two people, and it was just like, you know what, let's just go out to dinner at this point because there's no point in us paying for an entire hall and all that stuff. So it's, yeah, okay. But a group trip to China, that would be kind of cool. Hi, how can I speak with you privately? I'm trying to get funding for a startup business. Hey, Katia. So yeah, my link to my booking link, sorry, my booking link is in the description. You can visit superchargemybusiness.com and it's called Book a Grant Call. You can go there. The steps is actually in the description of this live stream, the step by steps on how to pay the $50 and how to get started. So it's in the description of this live stream. I think you'll tap on my face and then hit tap on description or tap on the title of the live stream and then tap description, scroll through the description. You'll see the link. Okay. It should be tappable. Our friend says my whole life working for people, my problem always been the money aspect, but I have to invest to evolve. Yeah, absolutely. And you have to when I remember when I was in the workforce, right? And I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And even when I used to work for like in retail for like dealers and Saks Fifth and all these places, right? I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. So when the time and the opportunity came across of okay, it's time for you to do it. Like you need to do it. I got sick and tired of working for the bank I was working for, all that stuff. So what I did was for number one, if your job is not paying you enough for you to have some sort of savings, it's very important that you either get a second job, right? So that way you can be able to invest into your dreams. Easier said than done, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Or you actually get a better job that is going to pay you more. Okay. Easier said than done as well, considering the job market is just like piss poor right now. So you have to make sacrifices somewhere. Um, One of the greatest sacrifices I made was I didn't pay my rent. The check that I was supposed to use to pay my rent, um, I used that entire check to invest into my business. Yep, I got evicted, but guess what? I used that money that I was making for my business because I took a leap of faith. I paid for Airbnbs and I kept it pushing. And the Airbnb back then it wasn't super expensive, but actually it came out to be like the same amount I was paying monthly. So I stayed in the Airbnb, saved up as much money as I could, and kept pushing every day. Every day I'm pushing. I'll repair your credit. I'll do this. I'll do that. That's what I was doing at the time. Um, when I was doing that, God was truly with me for sure because I definitely jumped off with a big leap of faith, and I'm telling you, He'll do the same thing for you. And what I can remember is in my first 30 days of entrepreneurship, I made $10,000. And I took that money, got me a whole new apartment in a whole nother city, a bigger city, right? And I kept scaling from there. I knew that there's no turning back. I knew that I wasn't going back to the workforce. I just knew it. After making $10,000 in 30 days, and I'm only making what, 2,000, not even $3,000 a month. I'm not going back. I'm finna keep pushing. I'm motivated now. And I kept going and I kept pushing and I kept pushing and I kept pushing. I went out, I went to so many different free events and conferences just to tell people, hey, I fix credit, I repair credit. This is what I do. This is what I've learned. I paid money like over $2,000 to increase my education. I became close friends with people like Derain Delevante. Y'all have seen me do so many videos with this guy. And it's still posted, I think, on my YouTube. Um, all of that stuff. Okay, so I really pushed hard and kept going and just kept moving forward. So when you have a feeling of, and when you are giving yourself the idea or the excuse of the reason why I have been sitting on this idea and I didn't move forward with the idea simply because of money, and that's why I need funding. I'm here to tell you, you have to be resourceful, you got to sacrifice, and you have to invest to scale. Okay. So, whatever that takes, whatever that looks like, some of y'all got situationships where these people be giving y'all money under the table. Girl, you know what I talk about. You better ask them in for some money for your dreams. Okay. Like, use what you got to get to where you want to go. Okay. Figure it out. And I'm not saying it in a prostituting way at all. Absolutely not. But some of y'all actually have high profile friends that you've never asked them for anything. And they're willing to pay $300 dinners and blow bottles in the club and do all of this stuff. With them rich friends that you got that's wearing bust down APs and driving SRTs, you know what I mean? And Trackhawks. Like, sit them down and say, hey, I got a business idea and can you shoot me a couple dollars? And this is what you'll get on your return. I'll pay you back with interest. But right now, I need like $5,000. I need $2,000. If you don't have friends like that, you need to start gaining friends like that. Okay. Lifestyle changes. That's number one. Mindset, but lifestyle changes. Think about what version of yourself you want to be. How can you be the best version of yourself? And no, that's not being an opportunist. That's just simply having a safety net. And your friends should operate at like so. Yes, your friendships, you develop them. You develop your friendships out of fun times and out of memories that you are creating with them. But also, these are supposed to be your people that if you ever got caught up in something and something physically happened to you, you know for a fact that your baby or your kids can go to their house, for the night until you get yourself together. You understand? You gotta have trustworthy people around you. If you ever got caught up in a jam or like a bill that you can't. That's the whole purpose of friendships. And I think that people don't. We live in things have social media has really changed people's mindsets for real. But that's fellowship. That's friendships. Like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Like that's really what that's about. My friendships. I'm gonna pick up the phone right now and say, "Hey, let me get $10,000. I'm gonna pay it back. I'm good for it. But I need it right now because I want to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you $12,000 back once this push through. I've made it my business to have friends around me that can do that. If I ever got caught up in a jam here in Africa, I have the right circle of friends to say, call so and so, who is the daughter of President so and so. And I'm gonna call my friend who is the president's daughter, and I'm gonna say, "Girl, I'm in a situation." And guess what? She gonna get me out of the situation because you're my friend. So you guys got to have like a good circle of friends too. That actually helps with being able to help you with chasing your dreams. Right? Those people want to see you do good, and you want to see them do good. So you all are going to support each other. I got another question. If somebody handed you $10,000 to start your business today, would you even know where to begin? Like where to begin, which would actually be impactful? Let me stop. Impactful might be too. So if somebody handed you $10,000, if you got a $10,000 grant, would you even know where to begin? Cardi says, can you tell me about the grant writership program as a trainee or partner? Wait, can you tell me about the grant ridership program as a trainee and or partner? So I don't have a program. And I mean, I don't know what you mean. Like partnering up with me in my already 10-year established business? I'm confused. Okay. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about the question. What do you think about Hello Skip putting the $1,000 Instagram behind a paywall now? Um, I don't know. I mean, that's their business. Like, I don't know. That's their business. Um, yes, consult with you first. That would really be a good idea. Maybe consult with me first before you even give me $10,000. My third question: what problem do you solve, and how are you packing that solution to get paid? All right. So that's a question that you need to be thinking to yourself, especially after us going through this entire conversation. And my last question is: are you treating your business like a brand or a side hustle? This is not a side hustle. This is supposed to be a real business, okay, friend? A real business. All right. So, yes, what last minute questions do y'all have for me? We have been on this live stream for like over an hour and 10 minutes. I really do appreciate your time. As always, I'm always appreciative of your time and you just joining me on live. I hope you enjoyed this live stream because we went over some really needed to talk conversation type of thing. No, as gaining clients and sending them to you for grant writing. Oh, so that's an affiliation. Yes. So that's an affiliation partnership. If so, pretty much the clients that you send to me, then you get a certain percentage out of what they pay, right? That comes to you. Yeah, that's an affiliation. I did those before, but I mean, didn't really work out. But yeah, I mean, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Hmm. Yep. All right. So, what last questions do y'all have for me? You're welcome. You're very welcome. All right, so there's no last minute questions. I hope y'all screenshotted everything. I took my time out to do the the class today. Do y'all like this class? Did y'all like how we did the whole entire thing? Let me see. Let me bring one up for y'all. My favorite one out of all of them, I think, is this one, defining the business model. This is my favorite one because I think that this is like a really needed to have conversation. A lot of people don't think about how am I actually going to make money from this idea. This is how you actually make money from it. The 4 steps to that and the different types of business models. So yeah, did y'all like the entire going through the slides and stuff like that? That was fun, right? It was like a whole class. How long is the basic turnaround time for a grant? So when you submit a grant application, you have to give them at least 30 days to correspond to let you know if you were selected for a grant. It does not work like loans. It doesn't work like credit cards or anything like that. When you submit a loan, then within 7 days, you'll have the money if you're approved. That's not how it works. That's why people go for loans because they're in such an aggressive, dire need. Grants is really for individuals who have a clear vision and they are not in such a haste to try to get some money. Instead, they are more focused on having this extra stream of income, because that's exactly what it is, this extra stream of income to be able to continue to push forward their business mission. So that's what grants are for. Grants are not like a quick turnaround time type of thing. And then a lot of the grants that you go for, all of the grants you go for, they actually have what's called a winner selection date. So each winner selection date is different. And it's simply because each grant they have to hire volunteers and stuff to go through each application, right? So it all depends on that timeline. So if you apply to a grant, let's say um the application deadline date might be July 20th or something, right? And the winner selection date might be July 31st. Well, that's a quick turnaround time. Okay, so each grant is different, but on average, you want to give them up to 30 days to respond, and to to select a winner and to deposit the funds into your business bank account. Okay, that's how that works. There's no quick turnaround times and stuff like that. It's each grant is different. Each grant flow is different, right? Even grants have their own workflow. How you find out about the grant, which is usually through me, all that stuff. Okay. There's grants for startup businesses. Yes, there are. There's lots of grants for startup businesses. I like Hello Skip to find those grants for startups. And what they're looking for is for you to have a business plan. What they're looking for is for you to have a being able to clearly identify what your business mission is and what is the problem you're solving. So having a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video all will help you out. Curtis, I think you've been on my live streams once before when I've said this, and we've went over this so many times. So I'm pretty sure you know these things. And if you don't know these things, then guess what? I have an entire grant masterclass playlist that has 5 videos on there. Each video is 6 to 10 minutes each. And they answer all of these questions, these frequently asked questions that you are asking me. They give you direct information, is like very direct. So visit my YouTube channel and click or tap on playlist, and you'll see the grant masterclass, and you can start watching those videos there. They're very detailed and they tell you how to prepare for grants. So it's going to be really good information for you. Okay. If this entire live stream resonated with you and you are ready to stop guessing and start building, all right, you can always book a one-on-one consultation with me. I have some slots open. It's $50. It's worth it. 45 minutes. And it will really take yourself to the next level. Okay. You remember me? Yeah. Like it only be a couple of us in here. So yeah, All right. So enjoy the rest of your day. I pray that you all have a really good, productive Monday. All right. I know it's beginning in the morning for you. It's definitely like 4 o'clock in the evening for me. So I'm gonna go eat some dinner and relax. And yeah, we'll same time tomorrow, friend. Right? Same time tomorrow. Same time tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Let's be here tomorrow. We're going to have a different conversation. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on push notifications so you won't miss out on any of my other live streams. Make sure you check out my most recent video on my new business. It's like build a business. What is it? YouTube series. There we go. My new YouTube series. Don't just start a business, but build one. So my first video is out. It's 8 minutes. Make sure you go check that out. Whole new playlist that I'm creating for y'all. It's going to be like some really good information. It's going to dive deeper. And yeah, all right. So make sure you check that out. Thank you so much for sharing your morning with me, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.